Alright, so title. I apologize if my microphone is a little personal. I don't know how to fix that. So, races. I would say it depends on your build. I would say for mages, I would go Breton. But I'm gonna do a warrior thing, so I'm gonna go Imperial. So we're gonna do Imperial. Their weapon skill bonuses are pretty good, and they have some pretty good skill bonuses to Mercantile and Speechcraft, and that is the main attraction of these guys, is that they have a very high personality.
Great. I'm sure you...
Is yours.
Obviously, make a custom class. So we're gonna do warrior things. So we're gonna do combat. I would do strength and endurance, because those stats are very important for the early game. If you want, you can change out strength for like personality, or maybe endurance or personality, but I would keep one of these two, and I'm going to do both. Now, the best weapon in Morrowind is spears. So I'm going to put spear as a major skill for a bonus to it. I would say do medium and heavy armor. Just both. We're not gonna do block because spears are a two-handed weapon and you can't use block with those. As for other skills, we'll put athletics in there. And is it a blunt weapon? We're gonna do conjuration. And there's a reason for that. Bound weapons. The bound spear is incredibly strong, so you want your conjuration skill to be high. You could also put it in minor skill. I might put it in minor skill, we'll see. Put acrobatics in minor, and speechcraft, and mercantile. You might not want speechcraft. If it's a choice between speechcraft and mercantile will pretty much always win. It's very useful, especially for the early game that we're going to be doing. Alchemy is a very important one. No one. Okay. Alchemy is very important for potion making, obviously. Potions are going to be a very big part of this because we're not going to have a pretty shit magic pool. So even like conjuring a weapon is going to be pretty difficult. In fact, I think I'm going to move mercantile into major, and we're going to keep conjuration in minor. Our conjuration should be like 15 off the start, which is pretty bad, but over time, it'll get higher, obviously. So, I think this is what I'm gonna do. Imperials, if you really want to get into the spears, then you could do an Argonian, but their downsides kind of outweigh the bonus to spears that you get at the start.
Very good. The letter that preceded, you mentioned you were born under a certain sign. And what would that be?
For signs, we have two options, at least, well, the best two options for warriors is actually not the warrior sign. I believe it would be the Atronach and the lady sign. The lady sign is best for early game because it gives you a pretty high boost to personality and endurance. I believe with an imperial with a focus on with a specialization in personality with the lady sign, we'll start off with 85, which is obviously really good. And more points to endurance, which is very important. But the Atronach sign will absorb 50 points of magic, which will basically make mages a complete pushover and not really a problem at all. I'm gonna go with the Atronach sign. You could do the warrior sign. I think it's overshadowed by a lot though, because by the late game you'll already be hitting like pretty much 100% of the time, especially if you're good with your fatigue. And the spell absorption from the Atronach is just insane.
Interesting. Now, before I stamp these papers, make sure this information is correct.
Yeah, we start off with 35 in spear. We're gonna want to get a spear as soon as possible. I prefer halberds to spears, but they're both spears, so... Starting strength is 50, starting endurance is also 50. Pretty much everything else is like 30 and 40. Also 15 personality, which is good, obviously.
Show your papers to the captain when
If you're doing like a mage build, it's probably going to be more like 30 at the start, and everybody's going to hate you. So you're going to want to get that up easily. Now, this is where it gets a little bit more build making and more just strategy. This is a little trick that I think a lot of people know, but I'm not sure. This limeware platter here, it's always in here, is worth 650 gold. That's a pretty good first start. We're going to steal it, quickly open our menu, and we're going to put it back.
Continue through
And this
to the
guy's
next
gonna
building and talk
give
to
us a little
fellow
warning. He's gonna be
Scroggies.
like, oh, what are you doing? We'll let you actually do it for now. Once you're released, stuff like that, we'll get you rested again. So we're gonna say goodbye, and we're gonna pick it up again, and now we get it for free. I'm not really sure what's going on with my FPS right now. I might need to restart my computer. Now we're going to steal everything that is not nailed down. We're gonna take everything. Even if it's something that you don't think is going to be worth taking for how much it is, take it. Just take it. Some of that gold is a little weird. The alcohol especially is slow for a bit. Then you go down here. I never see anybody mention it, but there are like a bunch of alchemical ingredients down here. So it would also be good to take those. And then this part is pretty obvious. I mean, you're required to do it, but take the ring. But we're not going to keep it. Well, we will.
Your papers,
Anyway,
please.
now, these plates are worth 17 each. If you want, you can try and steal them in the Mazd. I think it's Sujama, yeah, in the Sujama, but that's extremely risky because this guy is literally standing right there. And you would have to drop it extremely quickly. And if you don't, then he takes all of your stolen stuff, and you start off with, like, no money. So I wouldn't say it's worth it. Unless your character's focusing on stealth, and then maybe you can pull it off. Give it to this guy. That'll raise your disposition with the trader here by quite a bit. Should be like 80 to 100, I think. 90, yeah. Alright, so now you're gonna sell everything that you just stole to this guy, which is also pretty obvious. I just remembered that I actually did not open that chest, but there is a chest in that one room. And that's... if you take the lock, then you're told about it, and you can take that. Now I would say just sell everything. Except alchemical ingredients that you think you're gonna need, which would be like kwama eggs, cash fiber, I think is useful for some things, crab meat, scrib jerky, things like that, like restore fatigue things especially, very useful, so we're gonna sell all of them. Now we're gonna buy some stuff. I'm gonna buy an iron halberd. We're gonna try and barter a little bit to your disposition with him up, and armor, and since I'm doing medium and heavy armor, imperial chainmail and some iron stuff would be best if I can afford all of that. Yep, you should be able to afford like pretty much anything for your build, unless it's like a full set of like, I don't know. I would say when you're selling him things,
To be sure.
raise the price of it by like 1 just for a little bit of disposition. Do that with like every trader.
Outlander.
It's pretty obvious, but do it. If you talk to this guy, he gives you a quest. Accept that. As a major or minor skill. And even if you didn't, it's still just a pretty good starting weapon because it's enchanted. There is an axe in here. If I can pick it up. Iron shard ass. It's very good starting weapon, 1 to 32 damage on chop. But since I took spear, I'm just gonna sell it. I would say I'm only doing this to speed this up a little bit. Don't run around this much. If you're not like impatient, I would say just walk. It's to save your fatigue because we're gonna be doing some fighting soon. It's not gonna be in the video, but I am. You're gonna want to fight.
It just stood there, holding its tail and whispering. What did it say?
That sells for like a cool 100 gold, or 65 if your personality isn't that high. Now I would say keep 1 Luminous Rosella, 1 Bungler's Bane, 1 Hypophagia, and or however you pronounce it, and 1 keep 1 of the 4 types of mushrooms for that 1 quest with the Mages Guild. But still, like, basically every other upcoming one, except ones that restore fatigue. Now, go here, into this cave over here, and wipe it out, because there are a lot of, like, scrolls and stuff in crates in this cave over here. I'm not gonna do that right now, because that would take a very long time, and it would be pretty boring, but basically, there are bandits in there. It's not too difficult. There's like 1 or 2 mages, and it's mostly everything else is just like rats and some normal bandits. But clear that out over there, because you can get some. It's just a little tip. This is incredibly powerful early game, and it is. I'm not really sure why the pick is so low, but it's like a 50 level lockpick. So you should be able to get it with Indices Unhinging first try. Maybe not, but the scrolls are easy to find if you don't. It's this guy, I think. Yes, this guy.
Well, what is
Eldor.
this about?
He sells an almost full set of adamantium armor. And it's in this chest over here. If you open this chest, it's a near full set of adamantium armor with. Oh wow. There we go. Near full set of adamantium armor. And some Mazd. You need that. And a steel battle axe, which you probably won't need. But yeah. That's a near full set of adamantium armor. Obviously, for that you need the adamantium armor plugin, but that's like a mod. It's an official Bethesda plugin, so it doesn't come with the Anniversary Edition, but you will still probably have it, depending on if you're using like Morrowind, depending on if you're using Morrowind Script Extender. It does not come with OpenMW, but which is what I use. If as you can see by the shadows in Distant Land, but it basically I think most people have that, and if you do, you can just get a full set of adamantium armor very early. I don't do this because I think it is extremely cheap. 38 armor, like right out of the bat. You saw how easy I did that. I just went and bought those. It's a little cheap. Like if you don't want to like min-max and like get really powerful really early, which this isn't min-maxing, but if you don't want to get ridiculously powerful very early, then you don't do that. But you can. So yeah, that's like pretty much it.